1. We are live! Yay! Hello, hello, hello. I hope you had a great week. You made it. Woohoo! Success! Clap, 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 clap. All right, you guys. How was your week? Let me know. I'm actually going to post that, and you can reply on the post for me. I'd love to hear how your week went. I know things are starting to feel a little more stable. Just as far as like with the country and with politics, but then there's some more things that seem a little scary that are coming up that everybody's talking about. And who knows if it's true, who knows if it's not true. It's like our whole thing right now is a gossip column. It's so crazy. But anyway, take care of you. Make sure that you're getting the support that you need. And today we are going to be talking about, do you ever notice when you want to do something and you're like, oh, I can't do that. No, I can't. No, it's a good idea, but no. Well, that's where your negative thinking might be coming in and having you go, oh, that's too embarrassing. Oh, I'm going to look so stupid. That's so silly. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I'm going to sound like, and then you fill in the blank. So oftentimes our negative thinking is playing out things like that because it's based on some belief that you have, but it doesn't mean it's true. And I wanted to share that with you today so you can become really clear. Where are you creating space in your life where you're telling yourself, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough because that I'm just gonna look too stupid. They're going to tell me I don't know what I'm doing. They're going to tell me I'm charging too much. They're going to tell me, oh, that's just not, I would never do that. I'm so offended by you. Or, I might do that and they might say they don't like it, or they might say it's not good enough, or they might say it's stupid, or they might think I'm not smart enough in this topic. Anything. You'll know exactly what those negative thoughts are because they're very familiar to you. So I would like for you this week to jot down any negative thinking you've got going on that has you feel insecure, that has you feel embarrassed, that has you feel silly. And I would like for you to write that thought down and shoot it over to me. You can text it to me. You can personal message me. You can email me, although that's not the best way. But it doesn't matter. Even if you do it that way, just shoot me a text and say, hey, I emailed you, so then I can look for it. For whatever reason, a lot of my emails have been dropping into trash and spam, and they're just not, but when I search them, I can find them. So the idea is to get very clear and become mindful of what it is that we're doing. And it's also important to realize that these things have happened because of the way you were raised and because of your culture and because of your experiences. It's not your fault that they're there. It's important to know, because oftentimes with negative thinking, then we go into more negative thinking with negative blame and negative shaming and negative guilting and all these things that we do in the process. So when you realize, oh gosh, it's not my fault. It's something I learned as a child. It's something that I learned growing up. It's something that I learned and reinforced in the way that I chose different things. It's not a person's fault. It's not about blame. And the more you can look at it with an understanding, the more you can go, oh, I can totally understand why that person did that, because they were thinking like this, because they were taught like this. And when you go through that process, it helps release the pressure with that negative thinking. It helps release the stress and the strain around that negative thinking so the mind can relax and begin to make changes. So what I would like to do is share with you, actually yesterday I met with a friend of mine, Buffy. She's an organizer, and we went over my office and she shared with me some ideas. And initially I was like, what? I could never do that. That's so strange. But I was willing to try on everything that she offered as a coach for me. And I did. And you'll see that the room is in the midst of things. But I want to share with you how being open to an idea that's like, well, I've never thought that. That seems totally retarded. Like, that seems like people are going to look at me and think, something's wrong with you. What are you thinking? Right? That's just a negative thought. It's not true. And it's not kind. It's rude, because growing up, I was told by different, when you're in school, you're stupid, you're retarded, you don't know. So we incorporate and we record those things and we play it back without meaning to. And so I share with you what thought comes up for me, even though it's harsh and even though it's actually rather abusive and not politically correct anymore either. Because if we're honest with the thoughts that we've got going on, then we can talk about them. And we can realize it's just a thought. It's not in control. It's just like a thought bubble that pops up and can pop away, right? Okay, so I'm going to share with you what the room looks like now. I'm still in the process of things. So here's the bookshelf. The bookshelf was full. It looked more like this bookshelf. Right? Not terrible. It's got books, got some pictures, it's got some things, but it looks too crowded and too cluttered. Now, the other one didn't look as crowded and cluttered as far as having stuff stacked, but it was all filled with books and books and books, and books that I keep thinking to myself, I really want to read. I really want to read those, but I just don't have time. And so I would feel kind of bad, and I'd feel kind of guilty, and I'd feel kind of shamed. But here's what we did. We put those boxes in that bin. What? Why would you do that? Like, you have a bookshelf. Why wouldn't you put books on your bookshelf? That was my thought, right? Because my belief is books go on a bookshelf. That's it. Well, it looks so much neater. Now, I've got more work to do. I'm going to be putting in some decorations and putting in a plant and putting in some pictures. And I'm going to only put there the books that I use daily. And then I'm also going to put there a couple books that I want to read. So the stress is gone. And you can see my closet. We organized the closet. It's looking so much nicer. And I don't know if you can see it. No, you actually can't. But I'm going to take you over there and I'm going to show you. In the sides, there's little shelves. And she organized those. Don't they look so good? I'm so excited. And up there. And we also organized that area. So down at the bottom, you'll see the bins. That's for events. And then I have other events because I have Powerful Women Networking, which is a networking group. And then I have my Market America, which actually you can see the products right there for helping people with health and wellness. And they're also some of the healthiest products that I have found that actually work. So I really promote them and take them, show the boxes and things. And so you can see everything. Now, here's my other bookshelf. I'm going to take all of those things on that bookshelf and all of those things on the bottom of that bookshelf and all of the things that I put into that blue bin, which are some more of the books, I'm going to put them up there in the closet. In the closet! Who puts books in the closet? I do. Because I realized, even though when she shared that idea, I was like, but I have bookshelves. Well, now, I didn't say all that out loud, but that's what my mind was going through. No, books go on a bookshelf, not in the closet. Okay, I'll try it. And so I'm going to try it. And at the idea of trying it, I felt so much better. Hey there, Chris. So good to see you, darling. I felt so much better. I felt so much more like, that is going to take away the stress of all those things. And the negative thinking that I had about it isn't there anymore. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to making the change today. How cool. And guess what I'm going to do with this bookshelf? I'm going to go put it in a closet. I have never heard of putting a bookshelf in a closet. And then when she said that, I was like, wait, no. Okay, I'll try it. Because I promised myself to be completely open to her suggestions because she's an organizer and I'm not. So these are just some really cool things. And I also love my little picture down there that Noe and I got. And we want to put it up on this wall, which I totally think is the coolest wall ever. He doesn't like it, but I love it. And I was like, I can't tell if that would go well. And she and I were looking at it, and she's like, yeah, it'll go. I can't tell. I can't decorate. I can't see stuff. But she's like, yeah, it'll go. It'll look great. And then the other thing over here is this is a different window, so that's where my desk is. And then I'm going to move my desk over here and try it out. I don't know that I'm going to leave it there. But another thing she was sharing is just move stuff around and then move it back. Although my husband says, That's a very heavy desk because he's the one who has to move it because it's so heavy. So I have to empty everything out of it. So it is going to be work to do something different. But instead of telling myself, oh, that's weird, I'm not going to do that, that's too much work, just to take it out, just to put it back. But guess what? It's going to help me get more organized. It's going to look more clean. It's going to help me get rid of some things that may not be working or may not be, I don't know. It's going to create a change. It's going to create new energy. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you for looking at my messy office with me. But, when you're cleaning, things get messier. It just happens that way. So I just wanted to share that with you because it really gives us a crystal clear idea on how our negative thinking can get in our way and limit us. And we don't deserve that. And it's just a thought. As soon as we shift off of that thought, then our space, our mind, our energy, our synapses are open to a new idea. So I wanted to share that with you because releasing that negative thinking releases that, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Oh my gosh, that's not going to look good. What are people going to think? What am I going to think? I can't, that's not, no. Okay, so that thought's gone. What if I did try that? I wonder what that would look like. I wonder what that would feel like. And immediately you'll begin to experience what that would be like. And it shifts everything. So thank you so much for being here with me today and trying on some silly ideas and seeing that they could work. So maybe they'll even work for you. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. And by the way, if you love these ideas, I might share with you the before picture. I don't know if I like the before picture enough. I wasn't thinking about sharing it, so I didn't try to make it look presentable as a picture. But if you're interested, let me know. I can share with you the before picture, and then you can see the after picture and really see the good work that she did. She and I have partnered together because as people are cleaning up their home, just like I did, they have their negative thinking that may stop them, or they have grief experiences that may stop them from letting go of different things that might belong to family or their parents or their spouse. And so it's important to be able to go through the emotional process with me, and then they go through the cleaning up process with her. And she does also help with some of the emotional process, just like I went through, and I didn't mention it to her, but she could see the stress, some of the stress I was having. And she's like, it's okay. We can always just put it right back. Or there were some things like, I was like, I don't want to put my pictures away. I want to have them out. She's like, well, then we're going to find a place to make sure they're out. So it's important to take a look at everything. It's important to take a look at your thinking and your emotions in any process, and then be able to see what's needed. So yeah, when you have those things going on, make sure you write them down. Number one, hey there, Chris. So good to see you. Hey, it's been such a while. Big squishy hugs, man. Okay, what was I saying? I fell off track because I was excited. Oh yeah, so write down any of those negative thoughts that are coming up about a particular area that you might think has you going, oh, it's too embarrassing. I can't do. And as you do, not just the thought, but write down what you feel embarrassed about. If you think, oh, what are other people going to think? Write down what they're going to think. Write down each thing that flows from it, as well as what's the emotion that you're feeling. And where do you feel the emotion in your body? Do you feel the tension in your throat, your stomach, your chest? Do you find yourself just going into avoidance? When I was looking at doing this stuff in my office, I couldn't. It was too overwhelming. I couldn't figure out how to make it less overwhelming. And she did. And it's different when you're in the process. And that's why I do coaching with my clients, because when I'm helping them, I have no overwhelm about it. I can help them see it clearly. And that's why it's so important to be able to have your own coach. And that's why I do hypno coaching with people. And that's why with Buffy, I got her as my organizational coach. And that's why with Catherine, I have her as my business coach, because there's things that can get in your way. So make sure you access the support that you need. Number two. And then allow yourself to take action. Yeah, baby. You've shifted out of that feeling embarrassed, and now you're able to take action and make it look way different, feel way better. And you might even notice that that experience of feeling silly or embarrassed or not good enough or insecure is just gone. Yeah. So you have a beautiful silly Saturday. Take on what it is that you get to take on. Allow yourself to feel silly and share your silly stories just like this. Even though for you, you might be like, what makes that silly? Well, it felt totally silly to me to do a lot of these things as I've shared with you. But it's okay. Share it. Other people can learn and grow with you. So thank you so much for being here with me. I love you guys so much. Big squishy hugs. And I will see you tomorrow for Sunday. Ciao for now.